All right, good morning, everybody. This is Nate Baer, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and Trade of the Day. And in today's video update, just kind of want to go over the indexes here, go over the SPY and the Qs and see where we're at. And then I've got a setup that looks pretty good that I'm scouting for entry this morning, as a matter of fact. So, it's been a nice run. We are, sort of just drifting higher. Pullbacks to the 21 AMA are buying opportunities. They continue to be. This is our most recent. And today is the last day of the month. And this morning it's about 7:30 right now. Indexes are down a little. I'm kind of watching this 30-minute chart on the SPY and thinking to myself, okay, are we going to get a situation on the last day of the month where we get a little selling? It's possible. It's also possible that we open here and we just pop up to new highs, right? It's a pretty strong market. So the thing I'm kind of looking for is, number one, there's a gap to close here from yesterday still. And then my actual downside target, if we do start to roll over, right, if this shelf breaks and if this sort of topping pattern, plays out, I would actually think it would come down here and break this level, which is around 655 or so, and then go and close this gap. That's around 652. That would be, for me, a really, really good buying opportunity in through here around this gap close. And, see what happens. I don't know that that's going to happen today, but if we sort of fail to take out this high and start putting in, lower highs, we're going to work our way down to here, and then are we going to go from here and go higher? That's kind of what I'm looking at for the S&P 500. For the Qs, they're a little stronger. It's almost like they've almost sort of retested the highs, and they're sort of consolidating above the point of control. So the Qs here probably lead the way, but we'll see. A lot of the names, actually in the Mag 7, Tesla's doing great. Obviously, NVIDIA's near all-time highs. Apple's doing great. But then there are names like Meta, which can't seem to get anything going. There are names like Microsoft, which can't seem to get anything going. It's sort of a mixed bag. Google's had a great run, but it's sort of, taking a little breather, and this looks a little heavy to me. So it's kind of mixed. We'll see what happens end of the month, and if we get some selling, and if so, we'll look for opportunities to buy the dip, right? All right. So the one that I'm looking at here today is SPOT, SPOT, and we were looking at this one. This has a beautiful weekly chart as well. Let me show you this weekly chart, right? So possibly for a run into earnings, this makes a ton of sense to me. Early November, but on the daily, if we zoom in here, we can see that the point of control for this entire pattern is right here. And you can see I have an alert set around this level. So the point of control is 707, we'll call it. I've got an alert set in here, 711 to start positioning near this point of control. And we're gapping down today. I don't know where we're going to open, but if this holds, I'll be buying some calls today in SPOT. So a number of different ways you could play this. You could do this with a spread. You could do this with a credit spread. You could do this with a call debit spread. You could do it with a butterfly. Lots of different ways to play this. What I'm going to suggest is simply going out past their next earnings, which again are on November 4th. So I'm going to do and these are not going to be cheap, but I'm going to do actually the November monthly, the November 21 options here. And I'll probably just do like even like the 800s, something out of the money, which I get is pretty far out of the money, but it's a big stock. And the idea that this daily squeeze will fire long, this weekly squeeze could fire long, and you could take it up and into Fibonacci extensions into earnings makes a ton of sense. So that's around 830. I'm going to set up some spread trades in DPL today to target this 840 level, 830 to 840 into earnings. Okay. So anyway, that's what I've got for this week. I'll get this drawn up. Beautiful chart, beautiful pattern, big squeezes, and looking to run this higher. Buying a pullback this morning. Hopefully it'll hold, and we'll get a pullback this morning into this point of control area around 707 or so. All right, that's what I've got for today. Hope it helps, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Later.